Alright, welcome YouTube to the Too Hot edition. This is recording on the second of a 2-day heatwave striking the UK. Our highest ever temperature has been topped. It's been 31-32 degrees Celsius for most of the day here. It's finally cooling down. It's currently 28 and falling, thankfully, but it's got to get to like 20 before I'm functional. So this is going to be awful. I've got 2 drinks to work my way through, although I'm almost... Oh, son of a... And there's a prediction on whether or not I'll get an unlock, but in general, don't be expecting great things, because I also have not had a good night's sleep because it was way too warm overnight. Kept waking up like every hour. Hello, Kenzie. How do people who live in warm climates function? How do you do it? I mean, I know you're probably used to it, and also you have a thing called air conditioning, which we don't have. But, like, if you didn't have those, would you be okay to a certain extent?
Did you see that, Zach?
Thank you, Crispy, for resubbing with Twitch Prime. Doing this to make it go away. It's all air conditioning. It's 36 degrees C in the West Midlands. Like, yesterday was my day off, and I think the highest it got was 31. And I still didn't want to sit in my office. I went downstairs where it was slightly cooler and just sat in a dark room. It's weird that being in the dark makes you feel colder. Sorry, I was just reminding myself of the button. Drink in hand, just sitting in the dark. I had a YouTube video playing on my phone and just sat there. I did some painting and whatnot, but I couldn't stay in my office because it's too bloody hot up here. But I went and bought some ice lollies this morning and I've gone through like 3 of those today. And as I say, I've been working through a fizzy juice, and then I've got a literal pint glass of water to work my way through once I've done that. Because I don't know if it's for everybody or just me, but streaming it makes you sweaty for whatever reason, even if it's not that warm. You were up at 6 to close all the curtains, but then wait, because why were you closing all the curtains? Oh yeah, like the heat broke for like, I want to say it was probably no more than 3 minutes, but it started raining and it was wonderful. You keep the cool trapped in the house. How do you have cool trapped in the house? You got aircon over there? I need an explosive. There we are. Hello, lurking Andy. Do you have a swamp cooler? What is a swamp cooler? I've heard that term recently. Oh, I see. Okay. Like, AC is gonna have to become a thing as the planet continues to get effed in countries that normally wouldn't have them. Our houses are designed to keep heat in because it's always so cold. But we're gonna have to have some form of AC installed. Like it's just gonna have to be a thing eventually as heat waves get longer and more threatening. Yeah, I know, I usually don't see your full... like, I'm not dealing with a full deck of cards. I am very, very overly warm. As a Scotsman, I am not accustomed to anything above 20 degrees, basically. So I lose more and more of my cognitive function as it gets more and more above that. I can only imagine what it's like to be in 40 degrees Celsius as some parts of England are having. Like, that is incredible. In a bad way. Placing a fan in front of a bucket or ice of water. Oh right, I knew it was a ghetto fan in some fashion, yeah. I don't even own a fan. Like, for a 2-day heatwave, not an investment I can afford to make. If they keep getting worse, can't avoid it. Definitely gonna have to. I didn't even look at anything to earn as this character because I just assumed we'd die. The beast. Why not? Why not the beast? I mean, I'm sitting further back from the mic. Can I move safely? Making sure the dog isn't nearby. There we are. Because she's been lying next to me now that I've cleared space. Close prison. Oh yeah, I'm taking a drink every time I go down the next floor. How expensive are just fans? It's not just the buying, it's also the power they use. And again, I don't really know, I can only equate it to like electrical heaters, which just burn money. Oh yeah, I was reading, like, the BBC has been covering the heatwave obviously. And they had a thing which was like tips for doing okay in a heatwave, which is fine. And they justified most of them except one point, which really annoyed me because I wanted to know the explanation. So I'm going to repeat it to you and you can tell me the answer after I say thank you UberPerk for using your Twitch Prime. I'm coping is the best thing I'll say. Soak a towel in cold water and put that across your neck. I should have done that before the stream. Oh, that's another thing I was doing while I was sitting in a dark room downstairs yesterday. I had a washing bucket, or basin? Basin. A washing basin filled with cold water and I dunked my feet in it. But anyway, this BBC News article, it said, I'm almost quoting it verbatim, this may not be the type of food you want to eat during a heatwave, but eating hot spicy food can actually cool you down. And there was no attribution or explanation. So please give me one. I'm not taking my reflection. Okay, yes is an answer. I would like to know the why. I want to know how it works. Because doesn't spicy food make you sweat more, which would make you more dehydrated? Wait, sweating cools you down? Explain it to me like I'm 5. Improves blood circulation? Sweating cools you down. Am I insane? I thought sweating made you more dehydrated. Who's dinging me? Is that Valinor? Atomic Mass Games posting stuff they've already covered. Okay, hang on. I'll read that in a second once I've cleared this room. With my 0 stats. Eating spicy foods raises your internal temperature so it will match the temperature outside your body, and then reports that this causes you to sweat, and once the moisture is evaporated your body is cooled off. Oh. You know, I didn't know that about sweat, so I've learned something today. That's a very fitting pill. Yeah, just eat an incredibly spicy pepper. What's the worst that could happen? What are you, some kind of coward? So I don't think this run is going to last, so let's just bump that back up to a nice 900. Sora's doing fine. Yeah, she doesn't seem to be affected by that much. I'm obviously making sure she's got plenty of water. I've been putting ice in it every so often as well. What she's not doing well with is at some point she's damaged one of her nails at the, whatever you call the bit where the nail attaches to the paw. Because at first I thought, oh, it's just a simple case of trimming one of her nails down, which would be annoying, but fine. But no, she's actually like hurt herself on that bit. So right now it's not bothering her that much. Occasionally it seems to hurt her. And she's been cleaning it a lot, but right now I'm just kind of leaving it and hoping that it gets better. Like, I think she leant on it funny and it hurt her once. And I saw her lifting her paw once. But other than that, she's been acting normal. Well, wait till it grows out, or I'm kind of hoping that if she cleans it aggressively enough, it'll come off. No, that's why she's been cleaning a dog's tongue to disinfect wounds. That's Guppy's eye, which I can't really afford to take, honestly. Let's just go down to the next floor. That gives me an excuse to have a drink. She was lying next to me when I started the stream, but as usual she sodded off when I start talking. Oh, I thought I was prepared for being warmer when streaming, but I am not. I switched to pajama bottoms because they're airier and lighter than normal trousers, and I'm wearing a very baggy shirt and it's still not helping. It is too hot, Phelan, yes. Much, much too hot. You have to be careful when trimming your dog's nails. I've never actually done it. I know you're only supposed to get like the tip, right? Because you're not supposed to do too much because it's actually not just nail or something. Just wear nothing. I may or may not have been close to that yesterday while sitting at my PC in the evening. And then thinking to myself at the time, should I do this again while I'm streaming? It's not like anyone will know. And then I thought no, because I would never be able to resist not telling them. But no, I'm being truthful. Pajama bottoms and a baggy shirt, and that's what I'm wearing currently. I thought it would help, but it's not really. Am I shooting poo? Yes, this is the poo themed character. Because haha, funny. I'm not saying Edmund McMillan is a poop fetishist, but I'm also not saying that. I considered like hanging out in my back garden for a little while shirtless today just to scare the normals. Because you don't see fat people doing that really, but then I decided not to scare my neighbours. Because they're the only ones that would suffer, really. You can't say that for sure, you have to throw an allegedly on there or I can sue you. I mean, I wouldn't go outside for a long time. Like, I'm as pale white can be, but I went out to the bins today to, well, one, to put the bins out and then collect them when they were picked up. So I'm going to be, like, I can actually see some colour on my arm. I was outside for like 3 minutes, not with any protection, because I was like, I'm just putting the bins out, I don't need to put protection on. Oh, you have to clear the room, you can't just use the key, that's annoying. Well, we don't move fast enough to not take the damage there, so... Oh wait, that's why the spikes go down. No, whatever. Yes, ginger people do also suffer more in extreme heat as well. My best friend growing up was ginger, so I'm well aware. No, you can't quote that, that's libel. I would like to blow this up, so we're gonna have to burn some garbage here. Do I want the key more or do I want the money keys? Let's say the monies. See if the shop's any good. Allegedly? Okay, as long as it's allegedly.
The Hanged Man.
Hello, kitty. Like, I had recording planned today for Tabletop channel. I've got a Crisis Protocol game set up just over my shoulder here. And I was like, okay, how did what is that? Gilded key, less is more. I don't know what that means. I also don't think we picked that up before. Oh. Interesting.
Did you see that, Zach?
But I was comparing like how I felt yesterday during the peak of it being as warm can be. And I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to function long enough to record a 2 to 3 hour video. Or, you know, not that much of a video, but it takes that long to film. Thank you, Oracle M, for 41 months for Twitch Prime. Welcome back. I was just going to say, it's been a little while, I think. What happened to Doggo Cam? Sora grew up and no longer lies right behind me while I stream. Most of the time. Sometimes she does. The reason the camera was there was so while I was streaming, I could see what she was doing by looking at my recording window. And because cute puppy is cute, but you know, it was mostly to keep an eye on her, honestly. What? And we got one heart back. Yeah, she became a ninja and just started like randomly sneaking out, and I couldn't hear her do it. Am I going to play the new cat game Stray? No, I am not. I have no interest in it. Imagine functioning. I like trying to be a functioning adult and failing, but at least trying. I hate this heat. Is it cooled down again yet? Nope, still 28 degrees. Good grief. "28 degrees? What, are you jealous that it's so cold? What kind of temperatures do you got?" We're at the let's all compare temperatures and see who's worst off face of the stream. Phase. I feel like I said face. Ugh. It's 41 degrees out there? Jesus Christ. Do you have air conditioning in Belgium though? Like, I've grown up, spent all my life in Scotland, and weather like this just goes to show, like, the planet is fucked. Like, if Scotland is getting this kind of weather, this kind of heat, there is no hope. Might as well just go full hedonism. Am I melt? Yes, I am barely functioning, which is why I'm struggling to speak so eloquently like I usually do. Exactly, we're not made for those type of temperatures here either. It's fine, once we're done with Isaac it will just be Monster Hunter and chill. We'll try out VHS tomorrow. Oh, another reminder for anyone who wasn't here earlier. If you want to join VHS Games... I've forgotten what VHS stands for in this instance, hang on. Video Horror Society. It is in early access and it is currently free. So we'll be playing games with the community tomorrow. It was meant to be today, I said in Discord it'd be today, but that's before I realised just how badly the heat affects me. To be honest, when I loaded it up to do the tutorials, I was going to check if you could do private games, and I totally forgot to look. You know, I wouldn't mind getting those options before opening up the item room. Let's make that happen. Could have used that. Oh well. I only want to... Son of a... Hang on. We can do this. Did he drop? Okay. Do you have to be witty? If you're asking to play despite not using a mic, you can play if you want, Philin, yeah. Ooh. We take this, we use it. We use this to suck up the book, which in turn gave me tears and fire rate, or range, I don't know, whatever. Phelan would know, she's good at this game. I would prefer, like, I know it's the boring answer, I'd prefer like just kind of medium. But I think it's easier to do something about being cold than it is too warm. Wear more clothing, have a heater, turn the heating up. We don't have AC in this country, so we just can't do anything about the heat. Besides drink water and have ice lollies. Oh yeah, and I lay in a cool bath for like an hour yesterday, that's another thing I did. I almost didn't stream honestly because of how warm it is, but I thought it was a combination of like, I hate missing a scheduled day, like I hate not, like if I say I'm gonna do something, I want to do it. And then also still trying to like catch back up subscribers after the month rolled over. Now if you could take your skin off to get away from the heat, that's an idea. Then no one would stop me. So while I was doing all those things yesterday, what I did do was watch that horror channel I talked about on Sunday, which does commentary-less runs of horror games, and I specifically watched a bunch of Silent Hill ones. We talked about Silent Hill The Room as apparently like one of the worst, and it might be one of the worst to play. I didn't mind it that much watching it, right up until exactly one line of dialogue, which ruined it for me, and I'm curious if anyone familiar with the game is able to quote the line. I'll wait, I'll give you a little chance if you're familiar with the game. We already covered clothing and lack thereof. It's a line Henry says when Cynthia is bleeding out. We're talking about The Room. Henry and Cynthia isn't The Room, is it? I'll be honest, I've watched so many of them, the character names, you're not going to get them off me. It is? Oh yeah, that's right. Also, I get he's meant to be like socially awkward and anxious. I still don't understand why they didn't get anyone who could act to voice him. They seem to have a bad track record of always getting very bad people to voice their protagonists. Whereas the supporting cast is pretty good. But he was the absolute worst. Oh, okay, the slutty lady. No, the line was towards the end of the game where I don't remember who said it, but the line was, he thinks the room is his mama. That was the line where I was like, I'm done. I mean, I did watch it all, but I stopped caring at that point. The little boy version of the serial killer believes his mother is a room. I was like, nope, 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 absolutely not. This is where I get off, this is my stop. Up till then it was pretty interesting. So as it turns out, you need stats to be able to kill things in this game. I don't care. The room is not a person. The room is a room.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
Thank you, LoJack, for the tip. For an iced cream or a popsicle. I'll settle for a few gulps of water, but thank you. I bought some ice cream today actually, so that covers the cost. I bought some watermelon flavoured ice lollies. I have to read upon skeleton church choirs sing a cappella because they have no organs. Oh, thank goodness, I've forgotten what I just had to say. So anyway, we're about to expire and do something else with a character that isn't shit. Hopefully. I don't have any chocolate handy, thankfully. I have water and mints, and that's it. No health, huh? Okay. Okay. Oh, you still move when the room's done. Whoops. Why didn't the one attack me when I went into the shop? Oh well. I guess it must have been one of those half broken, half not. I don't think we have anything left to do as this character, no. So we'll just have an enjoyable run, I guess. Unless we get no items, of course. Even Tainted Zazo isn't immune to that. So yeah, I watched Silent Hill The Room. I watched Silent Hill 3, which is probably the one I disliked the most. I watched Silent Hill 2, although, to be fair, I then learned by looking at the comments that apparently Konami released a HD like pack of, I believe, the first 3, and whoever they did it, or whoever they like shelved it to, did a really piss poor job with like sound balancing and visuals and whatnot, so that's probably why they were bad. Because I think the videos I watched were of the HD remasters, so there wasn't any fog, the sound was super out of whack, everything was way too loud sound effect wise. So I watched 2 and 3. If you watch a lot of the Silent Hill games back to back, it starts to become a little bit tiring when it's always the same shtick, where you're playing as someone who gets sent or goes to Silent Hill to deal with a trauma, either that put upon them or that they've done themselves. It's like it starts to wear a little bit thin because it's always that. I watched Origins, was it called? The one where it's the trucker that EVP talked about? I watched that one. There's another one I'm forgetting. Oh, the one where you're, well, you think you're an army vet, but you're not. You're just insane. Spoilers. I'm going to try that last room just to see if we can get a coin. Homecoming, that's the one. I mean, that one didn't leave anything ambiguous. That was like, you know for sure what you did. You know he did that shit. You're melting? Yeah, me too. Me too. That's okay, because now we have a run to relax with. Ooh, and a good trinket too. And I didn't finish it, but I did start watching Downpour, where it's like very obvious that as you play the game you're going to dictate whether or not the character you're playing with kills or forgives the person he wanted to murder in prison. I will take that in return for damage, because I immediately get back what it cost me. Yeah, don't spoil that one because that's the only one I haven't watched yet. Well, I haven't watched the first one, but the first one is the only one I'm very familiar with because I played a crap ton of it. Also, not to be gross or anything, but that feeling when you feel a bead of sweat go right down your ass crack. Also brought friends. The pool area was very sweaty. Are you sure it just wasn't pool dampness? This run is like the polar opposite of the one we were just doing, because this one is like good. Downpour was the 8th game? Jesus. Yeah, a lot of them. Bring me my monocle. I want to look rich. Honestly, I kind of think they're better games to watch, especially if the person knows what they're doing, because the puzzles in the Silent Hill games are just irritating as hell. And utterly nonsensical sometimes. Is it cooling down yet? It is! It's cooling down! We've lost 1 degree. Now if we could just real quick lose 7 more, everything would be peachy. And I could feel like I can actually string together a coherent line of thought. Oh, it must be nice having AC. Oh, there's a planetarium. Shattered Memories I have not seen. They probably have a playthrough of that on there too, somewhere. Is that the one that's a soft reboot of 1? Resident Evil is far better. Speed up, you feel elusive. I got the zooms! Silent Hill games definitely have their dedicated fans though. The charge time is so quick. Yeah, weirdos like EVP. Oh, exploding death beam. Oh no, if I accidentally... Oh, but it doesn't hurt me for some reason. Thank goodness they thought of that. If I do I do a sneeze when I start charging, that would have just ended the run if they hadn't done that, so that's good. I did play Resident Evil 8, yep. I've played every Resident Evil game that I know of. That includes the one on Game Boy, or Game Boy Advance. The Survivor, which is the... No, actually, you know what? I didn't play the semi-online one. Which I kind of hope they do like an HD upscaling of one day. Destroy him. Canon doesn't matter to the Resident Evil games. Chris Redfield punches a boulder, nothing matters.
See
pretty
that
cool effect. Oh hey, your doppelganger's here. Thank you, Evil Vice Chancellor, for using your Twitch Prime as well. Brimstone Bomb. Let's see what's in here first. It's a Krampus, who is dead. Very much dead. I don't want Krampus' head. We'll take the Empress.
Soul of Lilith.
Thank goodness it made me immortal. Or not immortal, sorry, immune to the explosions. I don't need brimstone bombs with what we've got, because I have unlimited technically by doing that. Okay, there we go. Oops. Festival season's greetings. I don't have many items on this run, but it's just so much more enjoyable. Not just because we're super powerful, but just because it's a fun synergy. It's like, oh yeah, I thought this game forgot what those were. But anyway, what else is there to talk about, chat? Because I'm not going to be able to think up anything. I'm just trying to keep it together. Oh, you know what? No, there was one important thing I did with my day off. I did some adulting, but not like the bad kind. I was not an adulterer. My fixed... This is going to sound so boring if you're not an adult. Well, even if you are an adult, but at least if you're an adult, you'll understand. The fixed rate term on my mortgage is up at the end of August. So I went and looked at my options and picked a new one. I was not looking forward to doing so because I was very worried about what it would do to my monthly mortgage payments, but thankfully I picked a 5-year fixed rate that's only like just under 30 quid more expensive a month, which isn't too bad. Okay, note to self, never bring up the Silent Hill games to EVP. I did play the Max Payne games. 1 is really good, 2 is probably the best, and 3 is terrible. Although I guess kudos for trying something different, but what they tried was bad. And I wouldn't play a new one if they made it. No, he was saying it was hot that I was doing adulting conversations. I was talking about getting my new terms for my mortgage set up and being relatively happy that it's not much more per month. At current pace, I only need to work until I'm 57 to pay off my house. You know they punish you if you speedrun a mortgage? Within certain terms, anyway. You can repay a little bit extra on a mortgage, at least here. But if you wanted to repay all of it, oops, you would get fined an extra amount. You need to buy your wife a new car. What should you get? Something cheap. Actually, with the way gas prices are going, are you sure it's not cheaper to just get a new wife? I should have taken... Oh, it stayed open. Yeah, a Hot Wheels car. Who's that? Also, I'm drinking water between floors now that I've reminded myself again. You should do the same. I want to finish this pint glass by the end of the run and then fill it up for Monster Hunter. Hard but not impossible is what I'm hearing in that sentence. Oh, that's what's happening. I'm blowing open the door as soon as I go in if I know it's staying open. What the hell? What did I pick up that's making doors stay open? I don't have the door stop. I genuinely have not been paying enough attention apparently. Oh, the planetarium, that's what it is. Yep, you're right. I'm looking at my items being like, none of these open doors, but yeah, that's what it meant. It's like a speedrunning item. So if skulls explode, you do still get hurt. Sounds like a street sweeper going by, but there's no way in hell that's a street sweeper at this time of night or in this weather. Can't see. No, we're fine. We'll keep going. Where the hell is my item room? Is the street sweeper on fire? No, you're thinking of London. You see those pictures on the news? I think it was a Spanish or an Italian train where they had to come to a stop and there was a raging fire on both sides of the train. Yeah, like they had to stop for some reason. I don't know what the reason was, but where they stopped, there was a raging fire on both sides. It might have been Portugal, I don't remember. I just know it was somewhere in Europe. They parked in an oven, yeah, they were cooking the people in that train. So that if a Titan was to come across them, they would enjoy their meal more. I could make this run so much faster if I just stopped fighting stuff. Like, oh, I have to kill to get into the boss room, but still. Because we're so frigging powerful. We're just aiming for the chest, incidentally. Sad thing is, if I win this run, there's not a payout for the people who believed, because the payout specified post-it note. This isn't a post-it note win. Or will not be, anyway. Could we feasibly make it one? Yes, if on the chest I get the clicker. And then I would have to change that character. Yes, it will be the last run, yeah, because this is it's on top of the Blue Baby one. If we get the clicker and change that character that has not yet killed Blue Baby, in that very extreme circumstance, there is a chance of an unlock. It's not literally zero, is what we can say. Actually, even like if I did get the clicker and say we got a character that has killed Blue Baby, could get Delirium. Sure, why not? Ah yes, the relax pill, the good pill. Oh, I did do a little bit of reading on my day off again while I was sitting in a dark room, which made it a little bit hard to read, but I made do. I read the following two parts to the Thor story that started with the God Butcher storyline. So the one with Malekith, and then one with an Elon Musk parody, who's actually a Minotaur. It's a long story. But the reason I'm bringing it up is, one, to mention that I did it, but two, that Crisis Protocol has a miniature coming out based on Malekith, and he's riding a tiger bat dragon thing. It's in the comic for approximately 3 panels, at which point Thor throws his hammer at it and kills it. It hits it in the face and it dies. And then it's never seen again, so I presume it's dead. Yeah, half bat, half dragon, half tiger. I mean, it sort of looks cool. I think it looks a little goofy, to be honest, but... there was some cooler stuff he could have had. He could have had him riding. He has a lot of animals. He's master of the hunt. Oh yeah, the story where it's modern day Thor, like, being annoyed at human bureaucracy and Elon Musk parody polluting the world, ironically, with global warming. At the same time as that story going on, future Thor was introduced in the God Slayer, or Butcher, sorry, the God Butcher trilogy. He's in the future where humanity has killed all life on Earth and it's just a barren wasteland, and Galactus comes to eat Earth, but Thor refuses to let him eat Earth even though there's no one left alive on it. So Thor and his daughters are fighting Galactus, which is pretty fun. Yes, Sora is barking at something, yes. Although the only way he finds to actually defeat Galactus is to take the Necro Sword, which is the sword that Gore uses, and beat him with that. And the story ended with a cliffhanger with Galactus getting infected by the sword. So who knows where it's going after that. She's barking at the sun. Some foes are even beyond her, and I fear this may be one of them. Oh no, I didn't drink water between floors, hang on. No, Valinar can't hear or do anything. You in here, Sora? I heard you come in. Hello, what are you barking at? That's why if I ever need to take care of Valinar, I know who to send. I mean, if the frog does it, not me. I mean, I mentioned it before, but there's videos on YouTube of a dog barking at the rain. Getting very, very upset with the rain. I mean, I did just drink the water into the mic. Was it not audible? I didn't move my head. Oh. Oh, I'm starting to feel a cool breeze come in. It's down to 27 degrees. It's still warm, but at least there's a breeze. Is it a dead end? What the hell? Who up to? Oh, we're already here. Damn. We're not going straight to Delirium. I might do Delirium if it appears after Blue Baby. Well, might. More water drinking. I'm only halfway through the pint. It didn't get higher than 32 degrees here, thankfully, because I would not be able to function. Like, I'm only half joking that I can't function right now. I feel off. I can't really stick on a topic of conversation. Thankfully, we've got a good run where I don't really need to think about it. Yeah, I can tell you if we were at 38 degrees, there would not have been a stream. For sure. I would be sitting in front of my fridge with the door open. And then when that inevitably burns out the motor, I'll ask Marge how to set the oven to cold. Just get into the fridge, there's food in there. Another dead end. Oh, damn. Just eat the food. I just stocked up today. I got my delivery. Thank you, Blake, for the bits. Contribution for the electric fan fund.
Ooh.
Any idea how much it's got? For a 2D heatwave, it ain't worth it. Although as the Earth becomes more and more F'd, yes, I'll get a fan. Where's the nearest plug? Like, I'd have to have it behind me, although against my back would actually feel quite nice, because that's where I'm feeling the breeze right now. Will it be my only fan? Yes, technically. I don't own a fan. But I get it. Why'd I... Oh, if you get hit, I guess you get more zooms. Even though that was a self-inflicted hit. Hello, Magpie. Getting a Dyson? What, a vacuum cleaner? Oh. Destroyed. No, but it's true though. It's true. You don't understand. It burns so much electricity. I'm not made of money. This isn't a miserly thing. It's a wanting to be able to buy miniatures. I mean, a wanting to buy food thing. soy milk. It's pretty cool. I can literally fire forever. Although it seems to be proving dangerous to my health. What the? Oh, I got conjoined! Oh, why am I randomly exploding? There wasn't anything in front of me there. That's not good. Oh, conjoined has somehow fucked the run. Oh, you know why? Because the conjoined beams don't have the sneeze protection that his base weapon has. I just have to run to Blue Baby or I'll die. Alright, we have to fight this room. Oh, actually, if I fire while walking backwards, I think it... Nope, that does not protect me. I got lucky. I have to kill him real quick. Or maybe it's the baby multiplying the shot? Okay, I'm gonna need to, like, fire bombs at you or something. Okay, I can use the invincibility even if I get hit now. Well, we won't be doing Delirium because I got a transformation that would mean we lose instantly. But that was fun. That was a good run.